welcome to part 2 of the Beads Cat. Yes, we are going to finish the head and make the body today because, well, it looks a little bit sad at the moment. And first things first, we need to finish the head. So to do this, turn it upside down. That's very important because, well, with the cat, it doesn't have a special nose. This small pink bead here is the nose, if it focuses. There you go. This is the nose, so we don't have to make anything special here. We just have to finish the circular shape. And to do this, we will need 60 to 70 centimeters of string, one end red, one end blue, and starting from this bead here, the one just to the right of the nose, we'll have the red on the right and the blue on the left. And much like with the top of the head, adding layers, we just have to do that here. And this time, every time blue is on the top, we add 2 beads, and if the red is on the top, we just do the 1. Additionally, the 3 back blue pieces, where you add 2 beads, the first bead should be red. In total for this first layer, you will need 15 clear or white beads and 3 red ones. And once it has all been done properly, you should have something that looks like this. Now, the bottom of the head has been reduced to 6 points rather than the original 11, I think it was. The first 2 clear, next 3 red, and the last one is clear, which has not been crossed over yet because it is at this point where we need to stuff the head with the wool that the kit came with. Now, the wool itself is a little bit large, so I recommend breaking it in half, like I have done here, adding half, and then adding little bits of the remaining until you're satisfied with the size. You want to have a size where it's enough to keep the head bulbous, I suppose, but not too much to have the fluff coming through the sides. And once that is done, then you can cross over the strings through the final bead. This is the kind of level you should be looking for. You can add a little bit or take a little bit away as you like. It's not very difficult to do so, but once you are satisfied, turn it back over. And using the 6 points left from the previous stage, just weave one more layer around. Now, keeping the head facing towards you like this, you should have the red side on the right and the blue side on the left. And from here, we're just going to weave 6 white beads and 3 red beads, hopefully to close this hole and to create a red ring where the body will attach, like this. Yeah, you can see it's got a nice red ring on the bottom there and a few white beads on the center and an added little bell in the front. You can add the bell wherever you wish. I've put it on here because that's where I put it. Additionally, you can see there's a little bit of fluff coming through the bottom from the head. You can either cut this with some scissors or just pull it out with your fingers. And just to finish it off, just weave the red and blue through 1 or 2 of these, tie them in a knot, and the head is complete. And then I recommend having a break because this is where the cat becomes difficult. So the excess string has been cut and tied and the head is all nicely done in one piece. So from here we are now going to start the body, which is not nearly as difficult as the instructions make it look. So for the head, we started with the middle line and went up and then down. With the body, we're going to start by going down and opening it up again. So this is all done with the head at this angle, upside down and facing towards you. And first thing is we need to add a layer here. And this is a simple layer where we're starting with the center red bead here with the red on the left and the blue coming out on the right. And it's going to weave 1 layer using all of the red beads as your bottom bead. Each time the blue string is going to have 2 beads and the red string is going to have 2 beads. So we're starting with 6 and we should finish with 6 points once the layer is done. Additionally, the bead in the back, well, on the top here, will be the same color as the beads for the ears, which is this orangey brown color. In total, for this next layer, you need 11 clear beads and 1 brown bead. Now you can see the cat has a very small neck growing, with the piece in the back being orange. I should mention that the string in this point should be at least 110 centimeters long, which does make it a little bit unwieldy. So just be a bit careful. As it gets shorter, it will get easier to use. Now for the next layer, it's a little bit tricky. As you can see, there are still 6 points on the top, 5 white ones and the 1 orange one. And for here, the cat is bigger in the back than in the front. So the first 3, we're going to go from the right this time. The first 3 we add 2, add 2, add 2 beads, as we did here. But for the last 3, or the back 3, we're going to add 3 beads. And the 4 beads, the side ones, the 2 extra and the extra side bit here, should all be orange. Which should give the impression that the front, if it stays in focus, the front is this white color, whereas the back should be opening into an orange color. So 2 beads, 2 beads, 2 beads, 3, 3, 3, and then the next layer is done. And this is kind of what we should be looking for. You can see the back of the piece now is a little bit bigger than the front, and the original 6 points have increased to 9. Additionally, the strings are now crossing on the side piece here, which is quite important. And I believe the red is here on the right hand side, or coming directly towards us. So blue is up, red is down. Now, for the next level, obviously there are going to be 9 parts, and it does get bigger again. Looking at the instructions, we've done the first and the second rows, so the third row here is a little bit tricky. We have 4, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1. And this one is where they cross at the end. Additionally, both times we add 3 beads to the blue string, the first bead added should be grey. So the body's been made a little bit longer. There is 1 grey bead either side, and it sticks out in the back a little bit more than before. Now it has 13 points at the top, as opposed to 9 in the previous stage as well. Something I'd like to note. From here, we're going to do a very similar style, where we add 3, 3, last one's grey, 3 greys on the blue, 2, 2, 3, last one's grey, 3 greys on the blue, 2, and then 1 where they cross. And they should cross right in the front of the cat, along the piece with the nose on. One thing I should note, usually they only go through 1 bead at the back, but this first one goes through 2. The back ones both go through 2, and the one on the other side of the center also goes through 2. So even though there are 13 points, it actually only needs 9 rings to complete it. And once it's done, it should give you something like this. And you can see the cat is almost complete now. All that's missing is the tail and the feet. Now this last stage here is a lot easier than it looks on the instructions. And I'll break it down into smaller stages just to make it a little bit easier. So, first things first, we have the strings crossing in the front bead here. Now, on each string, all you need to do is add one of these small circular beads, then take the string back through this bead, this bead, this bead, back out the same way, and then with the other one, add one of the circular beads, bring it round in a circle, and back out the other side. So they should still be coming through the same way as they are now, but with an extra bead on them, like this. Yes, we can see we now have 2 circular pearl beads protruding from the front. Now, this next stage is not too difficult, as we have the points from the previous stage, and all we have to do is weave the red and blue strings through these, adding a few beads at a time. Now, first things first, we take the string on the left, we're going to weave it through the first point here, and the string on the right, we're going to weave it through the first bead here, and then take them both through 2 additional clear beads. Like so. You can see here all we're doing is we're making the covering for the bottom. At this point the red should be on the left and the blue is on the right. Then all you need to do is take it through the next row along and do the same thing to give the second line. Now, to get the final line, all you need to do is to take the blue string on the left, rather than just through the next bead but through the next 2, the clear and the grey, and then the red one through the grey and the clear, add 2, cross them both through the 2 additional beads, and ta-da! The hole is sealed. Yes, the 3 sets of 2 white beads have been used to cover the final hole. Now, the red string on the left, all you need to do is take it through this grey bead and white or clear bead here, and the blue, you need to take it through the 2 clear beads here. Now, to the blue, you must add an additional 2 white and 1 grey bead and a final yellow one. And then all you need to do is go through all of them and then back through the grey and the 2 white ones. Hopefully this should bring it straight back to where the red one is, where you can tie it in a knot. And there you will have the cat's tail. And just for the final reminder, this is what the instructions suggest it should look like when it's done. And when it is complete, da-da-da-da-da, yes it does. It looks exactly like that. Oh, apart from the tails going down on mine instead of... Well, it doesn't really matter because it does look like a cat. Quite aesthetically pleasing with a little jingly bell. Now, in addition to tying the string just above the tail, which is probably why it's down a bit, I have added the bead through the star, the bead chain through the star, with the little adapter for the headphone socket on your phone or whatever you want to plug it into. And there you are. That is how to make this Daiso cat beads kit. Good luck to anybody who tries, and if you do have a lot of difficulty with this one, I recommend some of the other kits in this range, as this is the only 3-star one, the panda being the easiest. And if you do have any questions or any parts you didn't understand, please comment down below and I'll do my best to answer quickly. So thank you all for watching, and here is your final cat.